Hello, hello. Today we're gonna be doing something different. We're gonna be playing a little bit of, Blue. Now this is quite an interesting game. It came out a little while ago. I actually started playing it because of Game Pass. I know I sound a little bit weird. I've been under the flu lately. I don't wanna cut away from the intro or anything. This game is actually quite atmospheric. So, this is quite the opening. It takes a little while to get into it. And I guess that's pretty reflective of the game as well. It takes a little bit to get into it, a little bit to get used to the thing that this game wants to make. So below, this is pretty much a top-down dungeon crawler kind of thing. But it has some elements of survival aspects. So as you can see here, you have a little stomach, which is your hunger meter, the cold meter, and water. That's the thirst one. So it is quite light in the survival aspect of it. It's not really too intrusive. Nah, it has to be done manually. Yeah, I've already played a little bit of it. This is a new save because I actually got down to floor 4 on an ice cave. I actually died. There's a ton of, from what I've seen so far, there's a few different aspects of it. A few different, I don't know if they call it biomes. But there's quite some stuff in this game. I'm actually kind of impressed. Not only by the stuff that there is in this game, but the atmosphere of it. It's actually quite engrossing. It's pretty light on music. It's pretty light on a lot of things like on a HUD. There's not too much of a heads-up display in this game. The most you can see is this. And maybe something a little bit different once I get the main object of this game, which is a lantern. That you're gonna see a little bit later down the road in this gameplay. Came out a couple of weeks ago, actually. I think it came out in 2018, before the year ended. It was... I think it snuck up on a lot of people. It had been on a couple of PAXs, I think. So a lot of people were waiting on it. Nobody knew when it was gonna come out. And then it just came out. So this is the lantern. Very much the most important object of this game. As you use the lantern to actually reveal secrets and stuff. And puzzles. Plus it helps you to basically it helps you as a light source, because once you go down the dungeon, once you go down below, things start getting a little bit dark. So besides the lantern, you also can use torches that you can actually craft and stuff. Torches come in very handy. I wouldn't recommend using them all over the place. Or using them like... Use torches sparingly, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a common criticism I've saw of this game where you have to do something called... People that play EverQuest are familiar with this term. A corpse runs. So when you die, you leave behind all your equipment, not including weapons, and you leave like your food, your water, stuff like that behind, but you also leave your lantern behind. So every time you die, you need to go back and actually get the lantern back. The most important light source. You need to get it back. And that's why I don't recommend using the torches all over the place. I do recommend putting them in quick use, so you can use them like this, but don't use them all over the place. Combat is quite simple. I would say it's simple but complicated in its simplicity. It's basically just yeah, you attack with R2 or right trigger. You dodge with right trigger, with right bumper or R1. You can block with L2 or left trigger, or you can also just press it to do this, which is a shield bash, and it actually works with enemies on floor 3 and below, that they actually start guarding and stuff. All the things you're picking up, they're basically stuff that can help you to craft stuff. Yeah, this is how they teach you how to do torches. Basically, you craft a stick, an ember, and a string, and you get a torch. That's the first thing they teach you to craft, because it's one of the most important things to know. Also, you can use many of the different bonfires to actually create stews, and let's see, we can create a stew right here. You can see that's a level 2 soup. Besides the sword and shield, you can find different weapons. You can find lances, you can find arrows, and different kind of arrows for your bow. You can actually craft different arrows as well. So far I've only crafted, I think, fire arrows. That's because I haven't gotten too much into the game yet. Another thing, the torch, you see that little 0 marker there? That means I have 0 white pips that you get from actually killing. You get white pips from killing enemies and stuff. I think I can use the spear to kill fish. If I get it right. In there. There we go. So you can actually hunt for food and stuff. Right down below you'll find, on different floors, different kind of fauna, animals and stuff, ranging from fishes to foxes to rats, bats, even wolves if you're on the right area. So this is what I was attempting to do. I was actually attempting to cut this down. This area basically serves as a shortcut later on when you actually return, because you don't actually wake up on the last bonfire like a Dark Souls game. You actually go all the way back from the top of the boat ride, and from there you gotta find your corpse. So that complicates stuff. A lot. Also, if you stand in the water and you press A, you basically drink water and collect water. So I had like I had an empty bottle that I actually got from that chest, and now I have a bottle of water, which is great. And I can use that water to create another soup or a stew to heal me up. So right here, this is floor 1. And this is the start of below. The starts off quite simple. I'm not so sure if it's procedurally generated. I haven't actually paid attention to that. But it is quite nice, I gotta say. I really like what this game does. You can also see here a little map thing. It's not really a map, it's more like a guide to see which rooms you visited and to which places this room forks to. You can see that it has 2 forks. Or more like it has one fork and 2 roads. to follow. So I can either go straight down or to the right. I mean to the left. It's quite simple map. So these creatures in red, they're basically the main enemy. There's the ones who actually give you the source for the lights. Your fuel. And this not only serves to fuel the lamp, it actually serves as also as a... Let's eat some filet. It also serves as a kind of a leveling up. I'm not sure if I understand the system, but you can actually spend the different little pips in bonfires to make them blue. I don't know if that's a checkpoint system or something. I haven't actually gotten too into it. I only got into floor 4, and that's pretty much it. Another thing, this light source right here, this lamp, actually shows you secrets, shows you different traps and stuff, and you can also use it to dissipate the fog by doing this. I wouldn't recommend using it too much, though, not yet. And I would recommend exploring every single floor to its fullest, because you can find a ton of loot that you might need to craft something. Well, also you have to be mindful of traps. There is a ton of traps below, and a lot of them are just one-hit kill. So if you just happen to walk into a trap, you might die, and that's it for that run. That's actually where most of my frustrations from this game lay. But I get it. Most of the times where I fall into traps was my fault, because I wasn't looking and I was getting really, really desperate. Let's say it like that. Desperate. So I just ran into things, didn't check the room before, died in the process. Be very mindful of that. I'm basically just doing like a little tutorial. I'm actually supposed to be showing off this game. And it is quite something, I gotta say. I enjoy it a lot. I tend to play this mostly when I kind of want to, you know, chill out for a bit. I've been playing this in... I just got to floor 4, that's because I've been too busy doing other stuff. But when I regularly play this type of games, when I want to try to chill out, I would equate this to maybe an Apsu or a Journey in that sense, at least for me. This is quite a stress reliever. Plus, I really like having something that I can actually put on and just let myself be taken by it. It's kind of amazing, kind of an amazing thing. Especially with many of the musical moments in this game, I'm actually taken aback. It's really atmospheric, mostly based on swooshing synths. Like the ones we're hearing right now, long, drawn-out music. It's perfect. So that's our way down. There's a bunch of song cues that I actually like from this game as well. Might not be much of a horror title. I wouldn't consider it a horror title, but it does have a little bit of creepiness to it once you get to the lower depths. Another thing, I know that this game has a few bosses, but I haven't actually run into a single one of them. Probably because I'm too low into the depths or whatever. But I sure hope I can soon find a boss, maybe record a little bit of that and show it off, because I'm really excited as to what a boss in this game might look. I haven't looked into any other type of footage of this game. I've only seen a few reviews. Many of them complain a little bit of the whole corpse run system. Not a big fan of it myself, but I wouldn't deduct any points for it. That's another thing I don't like. If you quickly press A, you don't actually pick up the thing. You don't do the thing that you're asking the character to do. It's a little bit. It's a little thing. Just a little thing. Playing mostly in darkness. This is one of those games that I actually didn't know a lot about. What I did know was what I heard from podcasts. People talked about it, especially when they went to PAX or whatever. They talked about this game in particular below. But I never actually saw any footage of it until it came out recently, which was a few weeks ago. And I got it on Game Pass because I saw the opportunity and I was like, yeah, I can go for something like this. I can go for this. I've heard good stuff from different podcasts. And so far, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's quite good. Should probably eat a little bit of that. Stick, stick, stick. And I can make a bundle. I just used up the... There we go. But yeah, this is that kind of game. It's really calm, atmospheric. It kind of gets harder once you get deeper into the dungeons. As you can see, different enemies appear, like this guy. Later on, there's a guy that has 2 red arms, and he's actually blocking every attack unless you break his guard. Right here, you see that? Those are spikes. If I walk into that, I would just instantly die. And I learned that the hard way. I didn't know what red meant when I was playing this game the first time. I know that sounds dumb. How could you not know that red means danger? But yeah, I was mostly mesmerized by this game, and I was trying to explore where the hell that was. And I was like, oh yeah, red means bad. I remember now. Maybe we have a bundle. What happens if I have bundle? Nothing. Okay. Shard, shard, shard. Then I create a spike. So you can see there's a trigger trap. That's basically what comes out if I step on the red. Left foot red. And again, this music, as minimalistic as it is, quite effective. Let's see. Ooh, I was kind of scared. I was like, oh, are those spikes? No, those are little beacons. Beacons of light. Beacons of hope. Man, now that I notice, this game is small. It looks really small. The camera is super pulled back. That's actually quite amazing. It reminds me a little bit of what's the game? Titan Souls. Although Titan Souls was like the one hit, one kill kind of game, wasn't it? So you can sometimes see little mice running around. If you kill the mice, there's a slight chance of getting morsels out of their corpses. And morsels are like the better thing to get, in my opinion, in the early game, because you can actually create soups, a level 3 soup, which is quite good. Well, that's weird. Up? Am I going up to floor 2? Where am I? No, this is new for me. Oh wow, okay. So I actually did this before, but that was on floor 3. I actually went to an area that was like outside. And from there I transferred onto... Wow, okay. Wow. Okay, we made it to this little island. What is that? Leather armor. I actually didn't get this in my run, actually. That is insane. Okay. See, this is new for me. I didn't know there was leather armor and stuff. And again, the music, the visuals on it, fucking beautiful. It works with me. It melts with me very well. It's quite something. Wow. I guess I should keep my eyes open then. As I said, it did happen on my little run. I did find a passage towards up in floor number 3, but that led me to another little dungeon area that was more ice caves than actual, well, caves basically. Everything was icy. Oof, oof, that was close. Oh man. Yeah, so you better... Ah, nothing for me. You better be careful when you're walking around here. Don't go running all over the place, because it might hurt. It might hurt a lot. Keep an eye out for red. Alright, we gotta go down here. Down and to the right. I wonder if a stream of air is actually means something. Besides the exit is near. Fuck. Okay. I don't know how I feel of those things not having any tracking on the character model, but I guess it makes sense. Oh, I just stepped in it. Stepped in the slug. Oh, there's a stick here. Perfect. Did I just drop the stick? Yes, I did. Can make another bundle, but I don't. I won't. I don't want to spend my sticks on bundles. Oof. So I gotta chop. Quite something. I just want to go down until I get to floor 3. Or find something else that's pretty cool. So that, by the way, in the last room, we just saw one of the examples of different fauna that there is in this game. We saw a little fox thing. A little fox thing. That was a fox. And basically you can kill foxes for their fur. Maybe you can craft something later with it. Perhaps some kind of leather armor, maybe. Although I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure if you can actually craft weapons in this game. What does this mean? There we go. I like the little music thing. So this is another thing that I actually haven't played too much of it. Actually, haven't played too much with it, I should say. If I'm not wrong, this is like the storage area. You can actually access it from different bonfires and stuff. Let's say I want to save some of my torches. There we go. Now I have 3 torches. I'll actually need them all. I'm gonna get one. Let me get the sludge in there and the blood moss in there. I'm not even sure if I need the blood moss. But yeah, this is a storage area. You can put stuff in there. You can put weapons here. This is armor. Yeah, this is armor. I'm actually currently wearing the leather armor, so... Wait, am I using it? Oh, did I drop it? What happened? Well, whatever happened. Let's cook something. Let's cook something, let's eat something. And let's call it a day. So this is Below. Quite an atmospheric game, quite good. Quite simple, but effective. And the soundtrack is fucking mwah, top. Really recommend it. And I'm probably gonna be playing this a little bit. Who knows? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.